and welcome to Dice Dropping's Song of Ice and Fire role-playing game, Chronicles of House Weirlight. Hello, House Weirlight.
Hello, Tony.
Hey.
Hello.
Oh.
Hi. Bit smaller cast today, a little more intimate. We'll see where the story can take us. I'm excited to play tonight. Y'all excited to play?
Woo!
Yes, nods.
Yes,
I'm excited because every time we've had a ladies' night episode, everyone's gotten real horny. So
It does go down.
I mean, I wonder why that is.
we bring the game. It's cool. It's
Jesse
fine.
and David are
Got
the
it.
only rule compass.
It's obviously for purely political reasons.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Where's Bailey when we need her?
Probably under a pile of midterms.
Probably. We miss you. We can't wait for
we
you to
do.
be back.
100%. But right now, everybody is a bit split up. We, of course, have the heir, Henrik Weirlight, holding down the house at Theolden Hall, who he currently has to entertain his future brother-in-law, Ashlyn Ashford, the firstborn son of House Ashford, son of Lord Ashford, heir of Ashford Hall, the castle Ashford, and of course the great city of Ashford.
Man, the naming scheme of this family,
Yeah.
it's just...
Oh, you don't even know the
I
half
love
of it.
Oh, no, I do. I do know the half of it.
Do you think
We
they
just
have
haven't
high
revealed
opinion
the half of
themselves?
it.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Would you say, Heather?
I said, do you think they have a high opinion of themselves?
I wonder.
You know?
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm getting an inkling.
Yeah, the fact that everyone keeps saying that the Battle of Ashford is the only time the Baratheon forces ever lost a battle continuously, and I wonder if they have a pretty high opinion of themselves. Of course, that's where Henrik is. Our lovely Lady Vivienne is currently still up at Crake Hall. Though after secured some lumber, she is enjoying the hospitality of Crake Hall. After all, in 3 days' time, it will in fact be the Lord of Crake Hall's birthday, and Lady Vivienne was invited to stay and enjoy in the festivities as a guest of honor.
Surrounded by all those burly men that smell like leather and boar.
Well, some of us have to make sacrifices for our house.
Pure torture.
She was poisoned, you know.
Her will is not weak. She will hopefully stand strong. We'll see how long it lasts.
However, there is some strange talk at Crake Hall. Apparently, some people believe that someone might be trying to assassinate the Lord, which is very strange. But other people seem to not believe it. So we'll see what happens. And then, of course, the young lady Mariella, still at High Garden, where we last left her. Employing her own machinations on how best to win the heart of that boy she likes. And then, of course, I think Sir Nymora staunchly, guarding her and trying to maneuver around the just bevy of tittering politicians that dot High Garden's halls.
No one's talking to me yet. I might be out of the scot for you guys.
Nope.
Nymora's almost died in, I think, every arc we've done so far.
Not quite.
No,
I think it's definitely shown how much of a badass she is, though. She took on, 7 assassins years now?
I think it was 8.
It was a high amount, for sure.
15, 20, 34.
Just keep the number
The
rack
number
up, yeah.
changes every time someone tells it.
It is true. Most of the time Nymora gets in a fight, he's against a much more... There are more enemies than there are Nymora.
It just keeps happening, guys.
Funny how that works.
I don't know what to tell you.
Very coincidence.
Indeed. how about we jump in? So we open in to hear the twittering birds of Highgarden in the lovely open air gardens. And you see lots of like beautiful birds dancing, swinging about, and even more massive, beautiful bird cages that are inhumanly large. Perfectly nestled in between all of the flowers, where there are a multitude of different species of birds trapped in them from all over the world. And we open in with, of course, Mariella. Mariella, you are like you are essentially doing your usual duties. But what are your machinations? What are your goals? Well, I'll open up and let you take the reins here, Mariella.
There are like three things I'd like to do. So it's
Okay.
like
Great.
one, I'd like to talk with Ashella at some point.
Okay.
Two, Claude and his lovely little minions, his creatures.
Mhm.
And then possibly spend some time with Naimora.
Okay. Excellent. I mean, we can do that quite simply. Which do you want to open up with? Perhaps you wish to speak to Ashella?
Sure. If our schedules sync up, sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there is definitely a moment in the day where I think I think what it is, I think we actually open up in the market of Highgarden. Beautiful, sprawling, open air market. Very, very safe. Lots of night presences. As you have been tasked to just essentially get some things. And sometimes that's what you have to do, is you have to go out and get things for your lady.
Because Marjorie gets what Marjorie wants.
It's true. It's very true. So currently, I think you are just picking up some materials that Marjorie wants to see first, and then give them to the tailor. You don't know, from as far as you can tell, you don't know how skilled she is or trained she is at making dresses or even identifying stuff. But that's just what she wants, and you know what? That's what Marjorie gets.
I imagine she's probably seen like me put my personal twist on things, and it's like, oh, I can do that too. Awesome! I want this, and this. It's like,
Yes, I want this.
Okay.
It's small tyrant. Yeah, and I think you also see Ashella out there as well. Probably, it looks like getting some supplies. She looks pretty like focused on the task, and I think this is probably a rare moment where both of you are outside the keep. I would definitely say Naimora, you are close by, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not right next to her because this is pretty safe, but your eyes are vigilant, constant, continuous. You swear you saw Allie earlier, but you're not sure where she is at the moment.
Presumably somewhere nearby. But
Probably.
who knows?
Who knows? So, Mariella, you see Ashella?
Yeah.
This is a rare moment outside of prying ears and prying eyes of the keep.
I think like, are we at the same shop stall or whatever? And
Yeah, it's like there's not really shops, right? But it's like it's like a series of stalls.
Yeah.
Outdoor.
Yeah.
The weather is perfect.
Oh
Beautiful.
my god! In the reach perfect weather? Shocking. Yeah, I think I kind of like make my way, kind of like perusing some of them. Michelle, did Lady Tyrell also send you out? Kind of like
She
make a small jostle of like what I'm carrying for Marjorie.
Yep. Ashella doesn't flinch or react or look in your way. It goes, yes, lady, like at least could not decide on which bangles to wear for the evening, so she had me go out and get a whole new sort to compare.
I am betting
She's just like
bangles are
looking
far more easier to cut around than swaths of fabric. Or Marjorie has decided to try her hand at designing her own gown.
Is that right?
Yes.
And she's still just kind of like looking at bangles and placing them in.
How do you find yourself?
Yeah, and I think this time she'll like stand up more and like turn to face you. There is something just markedly different about her. It's maybe the way she holds herself. Maybe it's the way she's styling her hair currently. But there's just something that feels different when she stands up, turns, and looks at you. There's no like feeling of malice or hate or wariness or anything like that. But there is just this odd sense that you're speaking to someone else almost. Ishella, I think the thing you notice, because you are quite good at noticing now, is it's her hair. Normally she always lets whatever style she's in, her hair flows. She has very long, luscious, golden, beautiful ash blonde hair. She's very proud of it. But it is fully tucked away in this like much more like efficient bun, essentially. There's still some like, braiding to it to make it nice, but it's not revealing her long lush thing, which she always did before. She never would not miss an opportunity to do so, and that just feels weird for Shella. Yeah.
Okay.
And but seeing her full face, not accentuated by ash blonde hair, seeing her just bare face is a little odd for you. You always imagined her face a lot more angular with her hair down, but with it up, it actually looks almost a little cherubic as she looks at you. And she kind of turns and goes, "How do I find myself? Do you mean in lieu of my wedding day?"
I think that in addition to other aspects, it's been a little while since we've actually been able to have a conversation.
Has it? She kind of starting to like now move in the direction you were moving, as if walking but with you, like she's engaged you fully. You feel that energy, and she's still looking through the bangles. She goes, "Really? I swear we just spoke. Perhaps the passings in the halls don't quite count."
Passings in the hall, it's wonderful to see how you are doing, but it doesn't quite have the same effect as conversations as we once had before.
Oh, I'm sorry to worry you if you feel the longed absence of the speech has marked some change in our relationship.
Well, I couldn't fault you if something had, but it would sadden me on some respects.
Yeah, I think she'll like turn to look at you fully again. Are you being genuine?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think she's just like, A genuine remark from Mariella Weirlight. Now that is interesting.
It's rare, isn't it?
It is. And as you're walking, Naimora, you of course are doing the I am the personal guard of this person. And of course, now Ashella's knight has fallen into line.
Pocket ham, yes.
Oh no, not that guy. That
Oh,
was her
no.
personal guard. This is her knight.
Oh,
So Naimora, yeah, you know this guy.
Yeah.
You've run into him a lot. You two probably haven't said a ton to each other, but I don't think anything in your mind has made you feel like this guy is bad or like you can't talk to him. But I just don't think you guys have ever really had a chance, essentially. But yeah, no, this is where is it? Yeah, which one is this? Sorry. This is Sir Byron Fossaway.
Okay.
You know he is
Of
just
which
because
Fossaway?
that's a good point. Let's see if why don't you make a status breeding test
Oh, God.
if you know which Fossaway.
Jesus. 10.
10, yeah, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Tian was 9, so good work.
Way.
Hey, yeah. So it is the House Fossaway of Cider Hall. So it is the red apples.
I see.
And which you can
Referencing
tell
red.
as he has on his standard, not right now because he's not going to wear his standard to the market. That's an asshole move. Like, knights
Some
who do
people
that.
could.
Yeah, oh yeah, there are knights who do that, but you're just like, Jesus. those are
Sure,
the,
everybody knows you're a knight.
yeah, those are the knights who probably were knighted because of who their family was, not because of their own accomplishments.
Mhm.
And you would know Sir Byron is essentially like the cousin of the main family of the Fossaways of Cider Hall. He is the Lord's, like, he is the child of the Lord's father's brother, essentially.
I see.
Yeah.
It's very far from the main, from the
Yeah,
trunk
he
of the
definitely
tree.
grew up in Cider Hall, but he is like, he's not inheriting anything. He is like, I think 6th in line for the Fossaway home, which is like not nothing, but like it's not happening. Especially since the current Lord Fossaway is very young and very healthy.
There would be lots of questions if he did.
Yeah, 100%. But
Strike
you
up
definitely,
a conversation with him, yeah.
yeah, absolutely. What do you say to him as he clicks in with you?
This was just marching in time.
Yeah, he's just wearing splint mail and a sword on his hip, and that's basically it.
Yeah, 15 respectful feet from
Yep.
the young ladies. Just so how's everything going on your side of Highgarden?
He for something he kind of turns and smiles slightly at you. He definitely has one of those just jaws, like perfectly cut Westerosi standard attractive jaws. He has like a close cut beard that's like essentially 5 o'clock shadow, but trimmed enough to make it look proper and nice. He definitely has like the sides of his head mostly shaved and just very short cut, fluffy, nice hair in the top. Definitely traditionally attractive. Besides the fact that he's missing half of his left ear.
Oh, there's a story behind that. Interesting.
You imagine. Yeah, he just turns to you and smiles, and he goes, probably not nearly as well as your half from what I've heard recently. But it is dizzying keeping up with all of the socialites. I know courtiers was a sort of profession among the nobility, but then there are those who can't even qualify as courtiers, and I believe the term for them is socialite. And I very much like how close that word resembles the word parasite.
Oh, you're having a time of it, then, huh?
Oh, you have
So
no
sorry.
idea how many people desperately cling to the favor of the Ashford name. I doubt any of them even really see her face.
And she's going to be coming over
Nodding.
to Theolden Hall.
Yep, over to your side.
Can't imagine what it's like for her. Coming from big family, lots of money, lots of prestige.
To then go to another family that is big, powerful, lots of money and prestige.
Not if you ask the Ashfords.
Well, it's true.
Don't think.
Theolden Hall is well, the city of Ashford, but I think her comfort will not change much.
No, I don't think so. But it's going to be a big change. It's
You
hard
seem
for any young
concerned.
lady, I think.
You seem concerned.
Yeah, it's hard for any young lady, I think.
Mm.
Having to leave her home, and Lady Mariella's going through the same thing, where she's facing the prospects of having to marry into another house and taking their burdens and their triumphs and everything is her own. And
Mhm.
I just think, if you've grown up and that's all you've ever known, must be frightening.
Well, Lady Ashella can be quite frightening herself.
So I've heard.
I mean, you protected her betrothed for most of his developing life, yes?
Have protected him, taught him how to fight.
Mm. So, will he be kind to her?
I just like stop really briefly,
Mm-hmm.
and then quickly, and then quick step to catch up. Just like, Henrik doesn't know, my Lord Henrik, sorry, doesn't know how to be anything but kind. To his detriment.
Well, that's good. I would hate to hear of the accident that befell him should he beat her. And he smiles.
I don't think that Lord Henrik even knows that he can lift a hand against a woman. It's not.
Yes,
Lord Tedric's way.
I have heard many things about how to treat a woman that are mysterious to him.
He's not a bad person.
No, just a kind, rich, entitled one.
Better than a cruel one.
Absolutely better. And besides, he's young. Still has enough time for someone to beat him so far into the dirt that he learns a thing or two.
I imagine it's going to be Lady Ashella then.
He'll have to put in a lot of effort for her to want to do that. We kind of flow forward. Sorry to interrupt, but kind of flow forward from them into the conversation between Ashella and Mariella. So Mariella, you are saying to Ashella, you've sort of assumed that you've gotten through a lot of the cursory small talk, and so you can just ask her the questions you want to ask her. And we can treat this as a sort of informal intrigue.
Yes. I got bonuses for that for her, which makes me so happy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think we had left it off where it's like her genuinely like it's like kind of saddened that it's like there seems to be a difference. um, I don't want this to seem ingenuine, but considering everything, are there any things that I could answer for you to help possibly help lay your mind at rest?
Oh, no, well, now I am curious. About what?
Well, anything about Theolden Hall or other things that might interest you. Granted, I can't claim to be the wisest or most brilliant star amongst the garden in the Reach, but as we all know, that's generally Lady Olenna, and everyone fears to ever reach that standard.
Mm. Yeah, so why don't you make a I mean, this sounds like charm to me.
And because I beat her with charm last time, I get to add a full die onto any persuasion
Ooh. Very
Nice.
nice.
or deception.
Yes.
Persuasion, charm. A 28.
Holy shit.
Plus 2 for charismatics, so with 30.
Jesus.
Uh-huh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think she'll nod at that. And go, well, your family is very old. As is that place. Your family is very, well, they say things about the Reach being, insular, but I have always found the Weirlights to be the most insular. It's almost like you live in your own world, have your own rules. Mind you, it's not a bad thing, but it definitely feels... When you walk into most other keeps within the Reach, there is a similarity there. A natural order of things. Theolden Hall does not have that natural order. It almost feels secluded. Perhaps it's all the poppies.
Yes,
I guess my question...
that sea of red definitely helps lay the divide.
She nods. I guess what I would like to know is, what should I know, Mariella? And there's definitely like an almost...
Like almost a
plea.
dare in there.
No, no, opposite. Like a plea.
Oh, a plea.
Like, what should I know?
Well, I think you should know that my father has my mother on his personal small council. I think you should know...
Her head lifts at that, like, pretty immediately. It's like...
As you're aware, we also have a woman in the position of our steward.
She nods.
My parents have also trusted a woman to help protect me and my brother, as well as our other siblings. In some ways, I feel like giving those positions and recognizing the strengths of each of them makes us very protective of our people and our land, which might help project a more contained and protective environment.
All right, Mariella, I would like you to make a convince roll.
I do not have convince, so we'll just roll a blank.
Persuasion.
Uh,
Sweet persuasion.
Persuasion. A 14.
Yeah? Absolutely.
The mass difference.
Mhm.
Yes, you're a much bit better at getting people to like
I
you
do
than
plan on
convincing them.
convince down the road.
Eventually. You
She
must
young
go to
yet.
18. Exactly. No, yeah. Yeah, she nods, I think, at that. And like, but truthfully, your father isn't like, well, he's not like Mace, Lord Mace.
No.
Looks around.
Like immediate like shaking of head.
No, like nods. Like, I didn't think so, but yeah, and she walks on and goes, You've given me a lot to think about. Do you like your cook?
I do, but I do believe that although I fully support you and your stance and your opinions of anything my brother has done, he has always hoped to live up to my father, and that I believe has blinded him. So I think he deserves whatever wrath he has earned, but to possibly give him a chance to redeem himself.
Well, supposedly, if the seven-pointed star is to be believed, we have the rest of our lives for him to display, well, any kind of attempt or want to reconcile. It will have, I think, if he wants another chance, it will have to come from him.
Oh, I
I will
fully
merely
support
just
that.
I will merely be sitting there doing what I do.
I think she smiles, and it's like, I'm so happy he'll learn lessons from someone then, because he never fully took them from me.
Well, of course not. You're his sister. He loves you, therefore he must protect you, therefore your opinion is lowered. It's a man thing. Like, though I have noticed that Henrik grunts far less than most men his age.
We have
If-
tried.
Like, it shows. He's quite eloquent. Men have their own language, I've found. And once you've learned to interpret it, it's quite easy to understand how a lot of them think. Henrik was a little harder for me.
I know he uses words.
He does, it's strange. Well, if nothing else, it will be, I won't lie, it will be a little thrilling to be able to, in just a short while, call you sister. See, I have a sister, and I hate her.
I cannot say the same for mine, but then again, she's only at the age of 10.
Yes, she is the baby sister. Mine is the eldest sister. Yes, a Shelika.
Is there like a status breeding for me to like, wait,
Sure.
the names just like of all
Yeah.
the siblings?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Breeding?
Yep.
22.
Oh yeah. You know who she's talking about. Yeah, that's a Shelika. It's her older sister. She's married.
Okay.
She is known to be a great beauty. And that's really the only thing you know about her. Is she is a great beauty.
But like Ashella, do I
Yep.
know if there's more like like Ash?
Yes, there is her elder brother Ashlyn, her younger brother Ashden, and then of course, yeah, no, I know. Like, this is the thing.
Naming schemes.
And then of course her father Ashfeld. Yeah, they have it's all ashes. They're all ashes. My sister, in her great wit, loved to always joke that my name is just hers incomplete, and that's all I ever would be. My sister, it was valued for her beauty. Unfortunately, she didn't have much else to offer. Therefore, she values it quite highly and defends it quite fiercely.
I think it is poor judgment on her part to underestimate you in such a way.
Oh, I mean, she's a poor judge, in my opinion, in all respects. After all, she agreed to who her current husband is, after all.
Would I have known who that is from my breeding roll?
Oh, yeah, you for sure. That's my bad. Yeah, so that is where is he? I got the name.
He's in hiding because he's not a Weirlight.
Mm-hmm. For sure. For sure. No, not. That's 3 times. No, he died. Oh yes, here he is. Victorian Bulwer.
As a name.
That's
Yep. Named after his mother, Victoria Tyrell.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mace's distant cousin.
Okay.
But yeah, the House Bulwer, their symbol is a bull's skull of color of bone on a field of blood.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm. It is not red. It is specifically blood. That is what it is stated in the records, on a field of blood. Their words are death before disgrace.
Okay.
And they rule from their seat at Black Crown.
Reach house?
Yes, it is a reach house.
Okay.
Also, I think it's. Oh no, it's not on here. But there's also a place called Three Towers that is also their watchtowers they own.
Yeah, that's not far from us.
It's not.
Nope.
But yeah, Three Towers is their is one of their watch places, and then Black Crown on the other side. They basically guard the what's it called? I think it's like
the whispering sound.
Yeah, that's the one. The Whispering Sound, the bay into Old Town.
Mm-hmm.
They're like the ancestral guards of it.
Okay.
Victorian Bulwar is he's like very big. He's known for being a quite masculine man.
He's a bull of a man. Got it.
Yeah, very a little bit. Yeah, you don't know a ton about him because there really isn't a ton to know about him.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's her husband.
All right.
And it is telling. She mentioned, and you know this. Victorian is the second son of House Bulwer, at least of the current lord.
Okay.
Technically, actually, I think the lord's dead. So his brother is the lord currently.
Okay.
And they still live at Ashford, together, because Ashelica didn't want to leave.
Oh, lovely.
And Ashford is a much nicer place than Black Crown, so he was pretty happy to accommodate that.
Okay.
So you would know that. Yeah. So it will be nice to have a sister that I can. I feel like tolerate is too harsh a word, but I can't really think of a better one. At least I'll be happy to. I am slightly excited to be able to call you sister, if that's not too forward.
I wouldn't say so. It'll be nice to have a peer to have full conversations with. Henrik is just very adamant of training and things of that nature, and then the next sibling is 10. So.
Like, she just nods. Well, then I cannot wait for when we are both wed and be able to have conversations as peers. From what I've heard, that your marriage might not be too far behind.
What have you heard?
Well, heard, observed. And she just smiles at you.
Well, I don't tend to put much weight into things until a bit more tends to be established. I am very used to the proverbial rug underfoot and like doing like a small yank
Yeah.
motion.
Yeah, she nods. She goes, "Oh, I know it. I know it very well, but I don't see it being a problem for you, Mariella. After all," she like links her arm with you. Like, women such as we, this game is. I think this game we have to play. We've been playing it a lot longer than most of the girls at Highgarden.
It's apt.
An unfair advantage, but one I think we have fully taken care of.
I would have to say that I'm sure this has already made its way through most of our circles and like kind of slight like shoulder nudge with her arm through mine. It's like that occasionally my father indulges me in savas. Let's just say some tactics learned are not necessarily that far off from court.
like nods. Yes. A game invented so I think so fat men can play at war can be quite like a battle map into their own mind.
It definitely helps teach you the steps.
And she just kind of looks at you and then just kind of smiles, since you both know what y'all are talking about and y'all are just double speaking, and then she just kind of starts kind of laughing and giggling. Come, help me pick out bangles.
As long as you can help me pick out maybe something that can match with this, because most of these just clash. And like kind of like
yeah, she goes, "Oh my god, what is like?" Yes, no, we will find something. And and Nymora, you and Sir Byron see just looks like they're enjoying each other's company. Yeah. It's a smile. We will roll back from Highgarden. Very well done. You definitely knocked her got a bit of insight into her, and
disposition is now better, thank God.
for sure. And we will roll over to Theolden Hall. Henrik,
Yes.
It's been busy. Very, very busy. Not only are you having to just say yes or no to lots of requests about the wedding and invitations and all that great stuff, you've also just having to deal with the influx of traffic that's going to be happening, all the merchants coming in and all the other people coming in, because you own a port. And during a wedding for the thing, it's just overflowing. And so you're essentially Orton is just like, we need you to sign off on like shipping permits for ships to be able to dock at certain points in the bay. And as there is just a lot now delivering things and leaving, and also others, merchant sailors coming in. There's been lots of fights. We've had to jail several people. You'll have to preside over in a bit, but we can give you some time. Let's let them rot a bit. They're just drunk sailors. It's not like they're going anywhere.
This isn't like any specific outburst. It's just like people.
No. It's just there's a lot of people in your town now in Redport, and they're just really they're getting pretty raucousy because it's just full of sailors from all over the world. So people are getting raucousy. And there's just a lot of extra ships in the bay. So you've had a lot of busyness there. Not to mention accommodating your future brother-in-law.
I can't wait for that.
Yes, Lord Ashland has definitely been moving around the place, talking to your servants and kind of demanding certain things, and demand to look at plans, guest lists, and things that like at nature. Your steward Orton is kind of goes, and so my lord, what do you? Oh, I had to sneeze. What are you going to do about Lord Ashland?
Well, he mentioned before he wanted to talk. I believe we have a great deal to discuss. Hopefully, after the last few days of wandering around the grounds and demanding things, he's at least saw all he can, and will surely find some fault with it to bring up to me. But I know him. How long are they expected to stay? Are they just here for the wedding?
He's here until after the wedding.
Okay, all right.
That was prearranged in the like contracts you guys kind of went over, but that was stated Lord Ashford, and apparently what you were expecting, his father, not his not her brother. You were preparing for her dad, not her brother. So this is definitely throws a big wrench in that plan. But Orton is like, what are you going to do about it? As he is just sort of, well, you know.
Right. He is just here. Great. Honestly, I'm not sure. I think the best thing I can do right now is just talk to him. That's a confrontation I was going to get worse as much as it's being held off. So
he kind of closes his book. He goes, as your steward and acquaintance, friend, like he's looking for you to respond to that.
Looking at that, it's like I just nod to all of that. It's like, sure, yeah.
Okay. Can I give you some advice?
I would appreciate that.
Very well. Your mother is your lady mother and your lord father are not here. You are the heir apparent to the Redlands and to Theolden Hall. So you are lord of this house. Yes?
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like convincing myself, like, oh yeah, I am.
A man like Ashlyn Ashford is an old hand at this game. And he has succeeded thoroughly, both in court, on the battlefield, on the tournament field. He's used to walking over lesser men. Show him that you are not lesser. There are certain enemies we must accommodate, others we must placate to, but Ashlyn, Lord Ashlyn, Sir Ashlyn, however many bevy of titles he may have, I would perhaps just think to show him, well, you are not so easily walked on. Yes? Unless you are. And then he just like packs up his books and he goes, my lord, and just sweeps away.
Orton, what would we do without you? Lucky he's smart. All right. Do I know where Lord Ashlyn is right now, or like during this
You
time
have
of day?
this is your house. You have a bevy of servants at your thing. You don't necessarily know, but you can find out.
I will send someone.
So what do you want?
Ooh. I think I want to play this field where I'm most comfortable. I think I wanted to like at some point in the day, or like tell someone like we're going riding at this time.
Okay.
Like,
So you're going to have a servant tell Ashlyn to that you and he are going to go riding.
Yes.
Okay.
Simply tell them that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you go and have your servant go tell them that. So he does meet you outside in riding gear at the allotted time. He comes up to you and goes, I'm to understand that we are to ride. I wasn't I noted I wasn't asked to go riding.
Is there a reason you would have wanted to come?
He looks at you strangely. Like,
I thought it might be a good opportunity to see the grounds. Lands here.
Very well. Yeah, he doesn't fight you on it, and so you get on horses, and you right off. Where do you go? Tell me where do you go?
I definitely think I want to show off like a little bit of cool besides like showing off this like some of our farmlands and everything is to like not quite like flaunting anything, but like I guess reassuring maybe that like, hey, like give means, if you didn't already know, to like support ourselves, and in terms his sister as well, you know, kind of going like
So as you are showing him the farmlands, Ashen immediately starts asking you questions. He's just like, what is the yearly crop quota? He starts asking you every technical detail about your lands.
I have had to get more into this like last 2 years, so
if you want to know that detail, I'm gonna need you to make a hold on, where is it? So it's a stewardship test. Do you have stewardship? It's
no.
like a sub thing.
I don't think so. No.
Okay then. Then instead, whoop, that's not fucking right. Excuse me. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah. Then, because it would be a either a no. Managing generally is a status test, but this isn't managing. This is you recalling information. So this is either your choice of a knowledge stewardship or a cunning stewardship test. I think cunning is better for you, if I remember correctly.
You have cunning, yeah.
I mean, you have all of these. It just depends on what's better for you. Now, before you roll, you have destiny points. If you want to spend?
I think I would like to spend one because I don't have very many.
So if you spend one, then you gain a bonus dice in cunning for stewardship.
Okay. Basic knowledge roll, so I will use that instead. Okay.
Yeah, so put stewardship in cunning. So, and then with one dice, and then hit that roll button.
That's about a -2. 1 on that. There we go.
Holy shit.
God.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Actually,
over.
the thing that we export is the poppy seeds, not the poppy themselves.
No,
That like the stems or the flowers themselves actually.
Yeah, so the flowers moved, the petals moved for dye, and so you got that's 2 degrees of success. Fucking yeah, and yeah, immediately you're just on it, right? Like you just
with every answer like he throws at me.
You're like, thank God I've spent the last month looking at all of this information specifically. But yeah, no, he definitely and he's just like, and what were the findings from 5 years ago? And he goes, oh well, you have that information on you. Every scrutinizing he questions on whether you know how your land works, you answer quite quickly, without really having to think about it, and quite casually too. There's no reaction from him. He just seems to be like nodding as if like, okay, information. But you've led him around. What do you, I mean, you've brought him out here for a reason. What do you
So this is weird, but can I do like, not any intrigue or anything yet, but can I do like a preemptive consider?
What in what regards? Tell me what's up.
I suppose like I know his opinion of me already. I want to see if like I can figure out like what he's hoping to gain from being
that would be I believe, don't use a vampire term. Don't use the vampire term. And awareness empathy test to be able to discern his intentions.
I think this is always the next one I was going to get. I do have awareness, so I will just roll that.
Okay.
8.
The only thing you have been able to figure out so far is he doesn't like you.
Good.
Just intrinsically. You feel like there's definitely more, you just don't really know what it is. You can make your own assumptions, of course, but the only thing you figured out is he doesn't like you. You can guess as to why.
Yeah. Okay, good.
But that's what you know so far, without engaging him in an intrigue.
Okay. How I want to start this. Okay. I want to dig deeper in this, like where that role didn't do me much good, but maybe I can actually do some like find out more stuff by talking about himself. So he's a knight.
Mhm.
I think we'll start asking about that. Yeah, yes.
So what set the scene for us? You've gone riding. You've shown him around the lands. You've answered every question he's had about like the deep logistics of like how to rule your land. You've shown that you know how to rule it. You know how it works. You introduce him to the name of like, this is one of the head farmers of one of our communities. This is Hayworth. This is, he's just like, oh my lord.
Scare the shit out of some poor farmer for the day. Yeah,
Mhm.
sure. Oh.
Yeah, the fact that you know the names of some of your small folk and just things of that nature. So what's the scene where you start this intrigue? Where are you? Are you still on horseback? Are you watering your horses like in the shade? What's going on?
Right now, I think we're still on horseback. It's like we're just like it's a slow walk.
It's a slow
I don't
walk.
know.
Yeah, no,
Slow
yeah,
walk.
it's a slow walk.
Yeah, slow walk.
Your litany and revenue a good 30 feet behind you on
Right.
horseback.
We have people with us.
Yeah, no, you can't go alone. You're the acting lord. There's like you have like 5 bodyguards back there, and then his 3 knights are back there. It's just like banners. They're just like, but they're giving you guys a lot of space.
I remember from last session, like you mentioned where and when he was knighted. Can you remind me of that, please?
What you mean?
Because he's a knight, actually, right?
Yeah.
I think like,
Mm-hmm.
or can I roll like a status check to remember more about like cool, but like more adult because like he was a soldier in the previous war too. Was he knighted during that war? Do I know that?
Yeah, no, he was he was knighted just before the start of the battle. He essentially killed Robert Baratheon's cousin. Alistair Baratheon. So he killed him in battle, won some honors because of that. They listen, the Reach fought hard that day, and he was part of that. But he was knighted just before the start of that battle, and has since then just won around 5 tournaments. Won lots of acclaim and renowned. Fighting in other small skirmishes. He married well. He this is a guy who wins generally.
I've never fought him in any tournaments, have I?
No, you've never seen him.
Yeah.
He wasn't in the King's tournament, and he wasn't definitely wasn't at your name day.
No. I'll bring that up. It's like it's a shame I was never able to go against each other. An attorney, I'm quite a warrior in that regards.
He kind of turns a look at you, and he goes, yes, it is a shame. I very much, I'm sure, enjoyed facing you. Tournament. I heard you won some acclaim at the King's tournament. You defeated Oberyn Martell.
That is what most people seem to remember, although
Yes. I heard that's
mostly what I
quite a feat.
was, although mostly what I've considered beginner's luck, I have tried over the past few years to actually make it not so, and perhaps that I'm worthy of such a claim like that. And
I think he nods. Well, either through humility or the acceptance of your own luck. Well said. Yes,
to
no,
be fair,
I couldn't make that tournament. I was in the Riverlands, negotiating some road treaties. I mean, you know what it's like, being the heir of a powerful house, all the responsibilities, constantly toing and froing.
that is something I'm having to get more acquainted with now, especially.
Hmm.
I wanted to ask you something, actually, about the heir and lord of a major house, Star. Both of our fathers are still alive, and even though it's very clear how much we need to take upon more responsibility, our lands won properly and things done correctly, at it longer than I have, and with a bit more experience, I wonder how you balance that. Your father still being alive, and mine as well.
Okay, so are you engaging him in an intrigue right now? Yeah.
I am a subtle intrigue, I think,
A subtle
soft,
intrigue,
a soft intrigue
a soft intrigue.
creeping up there. just gently.
Excellent.
A delicate trig.
A delicate intrigue.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
If there was
yes,
any
you-
kind of an intrigue for Henrik, it'd be a soft intrigue.
Oh.
Yes, it
Absolutely.
is. Soft voice.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. All right. So, excuse me. So why don't we get them? We get them rolls in.
Them rolls.
Mm-hmm. Good status, reputation helps, of course.
We're pretty even on that front. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So why don't you give me that roll?
Okay. Status. Right. We're starting out. I was like, what are they?
Nice. Oh,
Oh.
very nice. You are going first, my lord.
Disposition.
Yep. So what is your this is definitely going to be a good question. What's your disposition towards Ashlyn Ashford?
Oh gosh. I don't remember all of them. So there's hate, dislike.
Well, if you look in chapter 8 of the book, that will help you make your choice. It is, I think it's page 143.
Somewhere about there.
From what I understand of it, it sounds like you dislike him.
I would say that's safe.
Dislike indicates a general unfriendliness, a certain uncomfortable frostiness. Whether disposition originates from distrust, reputation, or some past misdeed, the character will not take risks for you and may entertain conspiracies against you.
Fair is probably very similar, if not worse. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but yeah.
I mean, you could do, but yeah, I will settle on dislike. That seems
Okay.
be honest.
Excellent. All right. So you have so because you dislike Ashlyn, he let's see. I believe it is. Hold on, I just want to make sure I got this right. Bonuses and your test results. It's rather difficult to mask your disdain when trying to refer to long term. Yeah, okay. So you have a -2 to all persuasion attempts while talking to him because you dislike him.
Yeah.
And you're just like, it's hard for you to like mask the fact that you don't really like him while talking to him. So it's a -2 to your persuasion results. However, it's a +1 to lie to him because it's real easy to lie to someone you don't like.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your intention here? What do you want out of this intrigue? Is it friendship,
not gonna be-
information, service,
go so far as
or
friendship.
deceit? Well, no, there are 4 things you can
Yeah.
get out of an intrigue. They
Essentially,
are friendship, information, service, and deceit. Friendship is you want someone to, it's cultivating an alliance, forging a friendship, whether short-term or long-term. You are increasing the relationship you two have. Information is you want to know something he knows. Service is you want to get him to do something for you. Deceit is you want him to believe something that is not true.
Definitely friendship then.
Okay.
I think I'm trying to improve my standing in his eyes.
Right. Whether that means you're trying to be really sweet or nice to him or whatever, doesn't really matter. That's the result. All right, understood. Fantastic. We have your disposition. So what's your technique here? On page 146, we've got bargain, charm, convince, incite, intimidate, seduce, and taunt.
I get off my horse and I pose next to a tree.
I switched to seduce.
Mm-hmm.
You could all listen. We could always.
Oh my! It's so hot out here.
We should get some. We should get some wine. Maybe go relax in the shade.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think charm would really work here, even though it's the better skill I have. So I'm gonna go.
I think that's
convince.
probably smart. Yeah. Convince. Yeah, absolutely.
That one. Do I still get a -2 to that one, or is that just persuasion?
Yeah, because if you use the persuasion skill.
Okay, well, let's convince.
Because technically, there is a persuasion and deception version of every technique. For charm, it's persuasion, charm, and deception, act. For convince, it's persuasion, convince, and deception, act.
Got it. Okay.
Also, for convinced, your influence will be based off of your will rank. So.
Yes. The damage you'll be dealing is your will rank.
Okay.
All right. So what is your opening move? What is your opening volley? Got consider, assist, fast talk, influence, manipulate, mollify, quit, retarget, shield of reputation, switch to combat, withdraw. What are you doing?
Just switch to combat right away.
You fool!
Leap for my horse. No. Ooh. Minute. Okay. Yeah, it's like my goal is I'm trying to convince him that I am a better man than he thinks I already am from his first standpoint. Like I ask these things even though I know it'll hopefully be a while till I'm called upon to be lord of my house. I want to do things right for my family, for members now, and for my future family. And I kind of serve like, like meaning like a shell and like, like
Yeah. So are you influencing? What's your move? Is is what
Ooh,
I ask.
influence.
Are you the actions, right? It's assist, consider,
Yeah,
fast
yeah.
track. What are you doing?
Um,
Influence is like the attack version.
yeah. I'm like, was that more of a consider move or like an influence
Well,
move?
I mean, considering is generally not talking. It's generally just
Yeah,
like thinking.
fair. Well, I already talked, so yeah, I'll go with influence.
All right, cool. You'll poke. All right. So make a persuasion. Influence. Sorry, persuasion. Convince. Excuse me.
I would normally have like +2 to this, but since that's canceled out, just a straight roll. Woo!
Whoa!
It's just an 8. Today.
8, yeah. Unfortunately,
Can I do a reroll on that one? I don't want to start off that low.
I mean, you have interrupted me before I said it, so I will allow it.
I remembered that.
Gotta be quick on the draw.
Right, so now I'm down to 2.
Okay. 8 definitely was not gonna cut it, but yeah.
I didn't think so.
So what's your will rank?
The will rank is 3.
Okay.
Bonus dice and a couple other things, but I think for now it's just the will rank 3.
Cool. So you say that stuff. You hit him, but you can tell it doesn't go through. His disposition has absorbed it entirely.
Okay.
Yeah, he kind of yeah, because it is a -2, so it's 12. He does.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't look like the -2 is in there.
No, it's not. But then I also like usually would get a +2 because I haven't like fixed on mine. I would get a +2 from the same feat that Mariella, or the same thing that Mariella and Vivienne have.
Does that work
So
on
when those
convince
get up-
rolls?
Oh, I don't know.
You pick which specialty in persuasion that you have.
Yeah, it
So
goes to a
it's not for all.
specific specialty.
Yeah.
It's not
Oh,
for
okay.
all persuasion.
Yeah.
Okay.
So which
if
one
pick
did you
it for-
did you pick, Henrik?
I honestly did not write down. That's my fault. I would.
So
Was
you
it
just didn't know.
I would assume charm.
Well, here's the thing. I will be nice since you didn't fully understand how the quality works. Do you want to be it for convince?
I would like it honestly because I do have like 3 bonus dice in charm, and that's pretty good. So I don't think I would need the extra thing for charm.
Well, there we go. Then that is okay. Yeah, I mean you have ranks in convince, so that helps.
What Aaron and I did, if you just write on the specialty that you just have a +2 for charismatic,
Right,
like
no,
in the roll.
that was my bad. I didn't
bonus
read it close enough. I thought it was
you're
all
good.
like, oh, I'll just tell them like it's +2 for everything, but it's not. Sorry about that.
No, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So it just balances out in this situation, which helps.
Yeah.
Makes sense. You sounds like Henrik is going to be trying to do a lot of convincing throughout most of his life. All right, more so than the 2 girls will have to. Yeah, absolutely. So that's still 14. That's good, but unfortunately, it does not get fully through. It is only 1 degree of success, unfortunately. He has quite a high status. Is really the only benefit. Yeah, he really has. But yeah, kind of rolls off of it, and he's just like, yes. I suppose in a way it is an act of humility to ask a man to ask a question on how to balance such a thing. But when I was your age, I already had been doing this for quite some time. So I don't quite know where you're at, I suppose. Like I'm not sure like whether what my advice I have to say will just merely go over your head. Yep, so he's gonna make a roll. Where the heck is everything? Hold on, sorry. All the skills look the same. Okay. There you are, Jesus.
Ew, huh?
Boop. Ooh, 16. What's your defense there, Henrik?
Is 11.
11.
Oh, don't forget your minus for his for your disposition too, because that.
Yes. No. This. Thank you. That is. I did not put that in. Yes. Thank you. So that will be. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So that would be. Yeah. So that's still only 1 degree of success. And that will go off. I always forget with this one. Oh, okay. So that is yeah, not much. I think your disposition will get rid of that because he only has that would only be 3 at you.
Well, woo.
Yep, your disposition. So he taunts you. It doesn't really affect you. Um. But yeah. So what is your response?
Actually, I'm going to use this round to consider. I think to like get a
Mm.
read on him.
Yep. That's yeah. So you just go. Consider your next words carefully.
Pretend like those words meant something.
Yes. He seems to do the same. It is your turn again.
I remember these ones. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Listen, you both have only a 3 in persuasion.
Fighter, intrigue, fighter, intrigue, fighter.
Leader intrigue. I mean, it's leader intrigue, right? It's two leaders talking to one another. Henrik very much would be categorized as not a fighting category. That's Nymora for sure is fighting.
It's all coming back. It's all coming back to me.
Sitting and looking at each other.
Mm-hmm. All right, it's your turn. Henrik, what do you do? What do you say?
I'm gonna be. Oh gosh. Quick question. What? Oh, it's persuasion. Sorry, I didn't see that. I don't have that. Okay. It's like, I'll try to convince again.
Yeah.
It's like, probably right. I don't claim to have any of the expertise nearly what you have had at my age, but I can safely say that I'm always trying to find ways to improve myself and these lands. Family's been family has ruled for quite some time, and I will never be too arrogant to think that no matter what experiences I have in life, that I'm never too old to learn something.
Okay. You get your 2 bonus dice.
2 back. Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah, you get
2
that's
2 more bonus dice for that one. Okay.
yeah, because it's you get plus 2 bonus dice when you consider. That's the advantage of considering.
I have more bonus dice than I have in the actual skill. Okay, great.
All right, so well,
Again.
okay, so plus 2 minus 2, so just 14. Once again, his not enough. His defense is too high for you to actually positively affect him with this with this technique and way. So yeah, he's just like, Yes, I suppose that is a rather clever way of being praised for admitting your own faults. You seem quite good at it. Uh, like I have heard that you are actually rather skilled at being praised for your own ineptitude. I think in certain aspects, it's quite a unique and clever talent. My sister that has told me about it.
He's not even taunting anymore. He's just outright insulting.
It's just straight
Well,
up-
that's what taunt is. It's just insulting people generally. Wow, that was a garbage roll on his part. Water off a duck's back.
Okay,
Because it's 11 for you, right?
And
it is.
Yeah.
I don't
you
think
guys,
it's just like, what the fuck, bro?
I will say you guys both have the exact same intrigue defense as well.
We're trying, man. We're still trying. Alright.
Yeah, so it doesn't even affect you. Just water off a duck's back. You're like, okay,
Oh, man.
whatevs. But it definitely feels like trying to convince this man. He is very stubborn and seems to come here with his own agenda. You feel like just straight convincing isn't really getting you a lot. It's a little difficult.
Mhm.
Not that necessarily you being charming is going to actually be any better, but
No, it's all I've got, but
seems pretty difficult to get through to this guy.
Hmm.
You definitely feel perhaps considering more.
which is what I'm planning on doing this time around. So
Executively,
I'm gonna
positively.
consider again, because that's what Henrik does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Ashlyn. Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. So Ashlyn is going to try and manipulate you. He is going to attempt to essentially get you to start throwing insults at him. So he is going to make a persuasion test against your passive will result, which is 12. Because I believe you have a 3 will.
Yeah.
And if he beats you, then he gets to choose your technique for the next round.
Oh,
Yes.
hey.
But it's just straight persuasion, no benefits or anything for him. So let's see if it works. It does not. 1 under. If 1 higher, he would have got it. But also, he has a plus and a minus situation going on as well. So
It's a lot of math.
not helping him a ton here. Maybe you need to start lying to him. But
So sorry.
not that you would actually get any real more benefit at all, actually.
Get that one. Woo!
Yeah, so he tries to sort of like kind of goad you a bit into throwing an insult. It doesn't work. You don't feel manipulated. You're just like, okay, like, and you can tell this comes from a place, not that this guy's like a little shit or anything. You can just tell he doesn't seem to respect you. And doesn't believe that you are going to do anything about it.
Oh, him. Oh, yeah. All right. Sure.
Mm-hmm. So it's your turn. You've considered. What you gonna do, boo?
Oh gosh. I should start lying to him. Who knows? I'm not gonna lie to him about though. Like I know it's better.
I mean, I don't think you have anything in act or bluff or anything, right?
I do have something in bluff. I think.
Okay. I don't know if that's going to help you. Bluff is generally used for intimidating someone.
Mm-hmm. No, not yet.
The consideration.
I'm so
Oh,
sorry about
gosh.
Nettle, guys.
It's okay. Kitten just wants attention.
She just decides she wants to come and yell into the microphone.
So what do you want? What can you do her?
I don't trust my base persuasion score. Let's try that, but got. I'm gonna try to convince one more time. I have a better feeling about this one.
Absolutely.
No, the thing I had to plan to say was more intimidation-y, but I don't want to say that.
I mean, you can convince can be harsh as long as you're not like I will kill you or beat the shit out of you. Intimidate is a literal threat and blustering, right? Just saying some harsh words isn't necessarily a threat, right?
Yeah. Fuck.
I mean, you can just roll and decide what you say based on like the roll.
Can I do that instead? Like,
that's okay. That is all right.
Like, ooh, I got.
That is okay. I am very okay with that.
Can add my bonus die for that as well. Correct.
Wow,
insane.
you don't want to roll higher than a 14, do you?
Apparently, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're going to modify that, then yeah. Then once again, nothing.
What happens if this just goes nowhere? If we're just in the limbo.
Well, then someone has to end the intrigue then, because because that's what happens a lot, right? If two people just don't like each other, trying to get each other to see each other's side, sometimes it doesn't go anywhere, you know. And it is unfortunate that you two basically have the exact same stats.
It really is.
So neither of you are necessarily. You are both stubborn enough, but neither of you are necessarily skilled enough to get past one another. However, there are other abilities, right, than just attack or defend or consider, right? There's other stuff. If you maybe want to look at some of the other things and maybe think of something to use there, it could give you a huge benefit, one of those, if you do it correctly. Ashlyn, for his turn, is just going to consider you saying things, but he's just like, whatever.
Okay.
I would suggest maybe read target.
No, I'm trying to find mine. Sorry, my PDF is not wanting to move faster than anything. I'm like,
it's page 150 in the PDF.
Do you want us to read off like what some of the other actions are, or?
No, I found. Okay, that helped. Again, it's hard. We have the same will, but you know, can I try what he did? The manipulate.
Manipulate? Okay, yeah, you can. You will have a -2 to the result. Just to let you know.
Okay.
And you won't get your bonus from charismatic.
Because it'll be just a straight persuasion.
It'll be a straight persuasion roll against his will.
Actually, no. I think
Mhm.
I want to try Shield of Reputation.
Okay.
That one set. Because the
So
last thing you had, it was like kind of specifically diminishing that. So
okay. So you want to make a status test against your opponent's base will result. If you equal or beat the target's base result, the target's disposition automatically improves by 1 step. It's pretty good. It might help you out.
might.
It might.
Okay, just a straight status check.
Yes, it would be a straight status test.
Okay.
So as you make this test, what do you say? I would very heavily suggest, though, Aaron, read target for future things. It would, I think, really help you out. But status protection, excellent work. Make that status roll, and as you make it, what do you say to remind him who you are? Because that's what it is, right? You're like, you were reminding him who the fuck you are and why you matter. So just hit status. You just hit the button, and 17. Yeah, that beats his base will.
14. Thank God.
So his disposition improves against you. Which hilariously enough, technically makes it easier for him to beat you now. But his DR is lowered for sure. So what do you say to remind him who you are?
Admitting my mistakes is not a fault. And I take pride that I'm strong enough when I'm wrong to know how to make it right.
Mm-hmm. So no, I'm saying not you personally, as in your status as Lord of Theolden Hall. That is really good. So you say that, and then what do you remind him that you are the heir apparent of the lands he currently walks on? What is, because it's status, right? It's not who you are inside. It's your position in this society.
Like, as future lord of these lands, it is my responsibility to make sure decisions I make are made in the best interest of everyone here.
Absolutely. Yeah. So he gains a bit more respect for you as you say that, where you're like, motherfucker, this isn't about me. This is about my people and me as a lord and all that shit. And yeah, he seems to, you can see a change, right? His disposition improves. And so he's just like nodding. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you mean read target?
What did I say?
Okay. You just said target, and I was like, "There's no target."
Well, read target is what I.
Sorry,
I think you were thinking I said I was telling you to read target, but no.
Yeah, I think
I suggest read target, like the ability.
There's something here just called target. There's something called read target, which is confusing. But sorry.
Yeah, read target to be able to read someone. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Whew. He nods and tries to manipulate you again.
Okay.
No, he does not do it.
No.
It does not mean much, his words to you. It is your turn.
Okay.
What shall ye do?
Shall.
What are you doing, Aaron?
Ooh. I'm gonna try influence again, because hopefully the shield rotation like helped me out a little bit for that.
Okay.
That's just a regular +2 for convince. Let's see.
15. It is still not high enough to affect him. Yeah, that hits him, right? It beats his combat defense, but it is still only 1 degree of success. Your 3 will not penetrate his DR. It still just washes over.
Yeah.
So you will need a significant advantage. Once again, I suggest read target.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that now, but like I wanted to see if it worked out this time, but it did not.
Yeah.
So, okay.
It did not. Still a good roll, right? That was a good roll, but it just a little higher. the -2 is what's it's the +2 -2 thing is what's killing you.
Yeah. We don't like each other. I'm not saying.
It's true. Once again, he is going to attempt to taunt you, and he is. Here we go. Nope, still not high enough to get through. So you two are essentially just like fucking kind of having a not quiet, like not like veiled argument, essentially, where you're just like, fucking listen, respect me, I'm like cool, and he's just like, I'm sorry, bitch face said what? You're just like, that is essentially what's happening, and all the knights are just like, just
the sun's going down. It's like it's been a while.
Yep, 100%.
Oh my god, we're still out here.
Where he's just like, your little bitch. He goes, listen, I'm like, you need to respect me. Bitch said what? And that's just good.
That's the conversation. Fantastic.
That's the conversation. All right, so it is your turn.
I am going to try read target because you know, even though my awareness isn't great, I know his will. So I have nothing to add, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah, well, it's not against his will; it's against his deception.
Oh.
Jesus, my will's real bad. Yeah.
Hey, for half this game, it was.
Yeah, no, you absolutely beat him for sure. So you learn his current disposition and the technique he uses for the exchange. You also now have +1 die on all deception and persuasion tests going forward. So his disposition is now unfriendly. It was just full dislike beforehand. Hold on, I think I'm reading that right. Hold on. Make sure I. I'm not saying that he was something worse. Yeah, so no, sorry, it is now dislike. He was unfriendly to you. He simply did not like you. But now he's just like, well, fuck you, but
yeah. This too.
Fuck you, but I'm not that invested in it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna do anything.
Listen, I came here to shit on you, and now I'm just sort of like gonna be generally mean, but I don't really care.
You irritate me now rather than infuriate me.
There we go. Yeah, it is. He is using taunt for his ability. You're not supposed. I should have actually veiled these because you're not supposed to actually know, but yes, that is what he is doing. Yeah, but now you have +1 die, so now effectively your persuasion is 4 instead of 3 for the rest of the encounter. Yeah, it's a full die, not a bonus die. Yeah, so that's gonna help a lot.
So,
yeah, absolutely. So he's gonna consider. What? All right, it is your go, Aaron. What do you do? Back on the convince train, I'm guessing.
I am back on this convince train. I actually, should I consider this round? Double it up? No, I want to see what happens. See the roll first, and okay. I will hop back on the let's convince train.
Okay. Now make
Cat.
sure to increase your persuasion to 4.
Yes. All right. Convince is still just a 2.
16. Yes, that is 2 degrees of success,
Oh my god.
which will knock him down by 1 in total. His composure will go down by 1. You have influenced him.
We're getting there, guys.
We're getting there.
Thank you, everyone, for stepping out. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah,
Simple
listen, we're here.
Yeah,
We're in
there.
it. Listen, some intrigues last a while. So, yeah, he is just going to once again ream into you with taunts, still
man.
trying to goad you into something, just showing very little respect for you. Hey, there we go. That is, oh my god, 2 degrees of success. On
Don't forget
2
the minuses from his disposition before you apply.
it is still 2 degrees. You see, I don't have it written down in there, but Ashland Ashford does have some stuff for taunt. It's sort of his thing.
Him? No, he seemed so humble, down to earth before then. I can imagine that.
Yeah, but no, even with the -2, yeah, which he
degrees, yeah.
supplements. But yeah, no, yeah, it's still 2 degrees. So that you are also hit by 1 influence total.
Hey,
You're starting to get to each other. Slowly breaking down the barriers. Except now you have 4 dice, so you have the actual chance to go even higher.
that damage goes into my composure.
Composure. Yes. You have 1 hit to your composure.
Yeah. So many dice he's rolling. I'm going to do the same and consider this round as well. Yes.
He does the same. Go.
Okay. Convince attack.
These are it's just like fuck you, and then just like quiet. Like turn to each other like they keep.
Storm
it is
off
so
the
good.
park.
Just seeing
Come
like
back around.
Vivian, like just one of the last intrigues of like other intrigues of like these like Vivienne and these people just like having these conversations, and then it's these 2 young men on horseback yelling at each other. It's so good. I love it.
Too, man. Oh, yeah.
All right, so +2 to bonus dice. Rip roll it.
18.
19. Still only 2 degrees. But yeah, that is good stuff. Yeah, that's another hit on him. Bing. He shall unleash a volley of taunts that affect you nonetheless. They do not affect you. Blah blah blah. Do you consider again?
Of course.
Of course. What else would there be? He also does that. Go.
Convince attack. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. Lost it. Where am I? Here we go.
Yes. Still 2 degrees. Another hit.
1. I've got 1 on him.
Listen.
I'm wearing him down.
You are wearing him down.
Listen, Tony, if this keeps going, I'll say something at the very end, however this ends. But at this point, it's just I'm spouting. Fuck
Right
you.
now, I think we all see.
We know how this conversation is divulging. I feel like we got that covered.
Just being of Henrik being like, I've done a lot, I think, for my family, and you come in here and insult me, and he's just like,
listen, man, okay, I'm gonna
like,
like that.
Loser, bitch. Just like it's a lot more so than that, but it's exactly what it is. It's just these
that is
stupid, stupid. Oh god. Yep. So
just slapping at each other.
He does not get through to you, though he does hit you. I'm guessing you consider.
I consider as well. I'm sorry, guys.
Guys, go for it. Listen, we're just gonna.
Let's speed round. Let's get
This
this.
is what it is right now, all right? You and me.
This is what we
Nope,
do.
nothing.
All right.
Yep,
well,
that
that'd
was-
be one.
That was a bad roll.
Just shark's jets snapping the entire time.
Nothing.
So we're assuming we're all considering one round.
Yes.
Keep going the next
Yep.
one.
Yep.
Oh, great.
Yep.
Keep going.
We've been at this a bit.
Yeah!
Oh, unfortunately,
Yeah.
still only 2 degrees of success.
Okay. I'll take what I can get.
Mhm.
The longest injury. Oh my god.
Oh, I mean, of this game, no, it's not.
Fair. But for Henrik, it
Um,
is.
For Henrik, yes. Yes. Nope.
I can't do and
2
this is the future
boys
information,
yelling.
I can't do free target twice, right?
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah, that would seem kind of broken if I could.
Another option, if you'd like a comment from the peanut gallery,
Slash
fast
tap.
talk.
I saw that one. Ooh, maybe
Because you now have the extra persuasion die. It makes it
do. Oh, I do.
possible.
Good point.
You need at
but
least
but
2
you
degrees.
need
of
2
success.
degrees, so it's like it's just possible.
And
Well,
all-
I mean,
all-
no, not really. Actually, even with 3 dice, it would be possible. But it's more likely with 4. It is a high number, but
Yeah.
you could do it. You could try it. Try and confuse him with some fast talk. Where you guys are yelling at each other, and he's like, "You know, poppies get you high."
yeah,
He's like, "What?
Just
What?"
random fact.
fuck it. Why not? Just persuasion. Okay.
Yep, straight persuasion. Unfortunate.
Maybe that. That was a 1. I'm not allowed to reroll these kind of ones, or I don't think so.
He doesn't find you attractive.
Hey,
He does not find you attractive. No.
things have happened.
Unless you'd want to re-roll it, but that's I don't know what your
That's a
Destiny
lot-
die situation is.
I have 2 more. Those are 2 pretty bad dies in that one. Sure, why not? I'll spend a Destiny die to reroll that.
Yeah, you do it.
Okay.
You do it. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you need a 17. Yeah.
Yes,
So,
sir.
if you achieve at least 2 degrees, he loses his cunning rank from his intrigue defense until the next exchange.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
A random poppy fact. Everything Thorsten has like droned on about for like the past 6 years that have
Well,
like,
you
been stored away.
Well, you wouldn't think that way of me if you knew that poppy seeds just like yeah, you're just like what?
You would imagine
the fuck?
like the percentage of our income coming from unrefined poppy seeds. Who knew?
Like, what does that have to do with it? What?
That's right. You wouldn't know that, man.
He's just now trying to think like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Hey.
Very confused.
Perfect.
Who's that?
All right, now you won't on. So he is going to consider. Unfortunately, you do not have time to consider if you want to take advantage of the fast talk.
Okay.
You just
Well,
gotta,
I will.
you gotta go in.
Gotta go for it.
But now, okay.
19. That is 3 degrees of success against his current against his current defense. So that means you have now dealt 4 more damage to his composure,
Oh my god.
which means he is now just not doing good.
Okay.
Not doing good. And he's just like, He's considered, but I think he's going to change his tactic for this one. Yes, he changes his tactic and looks at you and goes, so it seems you know how to run your lands. It seems you know how to have at least taste the brunt of certain accusations you know how to be a lord to some degree. And then he looks at you, and he goes, but can you be a good husband to my sister? And it seems like he just wants you to think about that. It's not really a taunt, because he doesn't, because he does this. Shazam! Which will get him +2. So with his bonuses, even with the -2, that is just enough to do 2 ranks. So you take another composure point damage. Pew pew pew.
Actually do what he wants me to. Can I consider that? But,
Yes,
yeah,
you may.
I'd like to do
He will
that.
do the same.
Okay.
Just and your turn is. What do you say to him? This could be the final thing you say.
I didn't have anything thinking about for a bit. Say that yes, I will be. I plan to be in every way, since I am yet Lord and have the full responsibilities thrust upon me yet. A good husband to a shallow will be the thing I dedicate myself most to now.
Okay. Make that roll. Yeah. You got him. You win the intrigue. And yeah, he'll sit back in his horse and stare at you. And he goes, good. I'm glad to hear it. And just in case, I'll be sticking around to make sure you uphold it. And he kind of clicks his horse a bit ahead of you, and then you see his knights like hurry up and follow him off.
Finally, they're moving. God.
Yeah.
In the same spot. Like,
Yeah. So you have improved his disposition towards you.
Okay.
He is now indifferent towards you.
I mean, this is a huge jump.
It is. It is from entertaining to destroy you to. All right.
Take what victories you can.
Mhm.
That's all I wanted. So yeah, very happy.
Yep. Excellent. So, it seems you have abated Ashlyn for now.
No.
For now.
Thank you, everyone, for your help with that. Appreciate that.
Yes, team effort. I think before, going to see how Vivian is over at the Crake Halls, I believe let's take a break.
Hawking?
Yes, it was a very intense intrigue.
Oh man.
And I will see when we get back after going to the bathroom, getting drinks, some snackies, all that good stuff. We will see how Vivian is doing.
With all those man.
You don't want to miss it.
Nope. Alrighty. We'll be back soon.
That dial.
Be back.
Bye.